Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:01. Good morning. Thank you for tuning into Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Check them out online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc. Go tell him we say hello. Say go Cowboys to Trent. See how he reacts. But he'll certainly talk some Oilers, some World Juniors with you, and get some pickled carrots. The Duke recommends them. You can always reach us, 1-833-401-1440, or via the email, Connor at sports1440.ca, Brandon at sports1440.ca. That's Brandon Douglas. I'm Connor Halley, and we got Josh Fenwick here as well. Josh has an email too, Josh at sports1440.ca, if you'd like to give him any feedback on the streams on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, or Twitch. And if you are heading over there, make sure you like and subscribe. Lots to get to on the program today. World Juniors rolling on. Canada, nice win last night. You had the Oilers. I'd say that's a nice win. If you were listening to 5 questions yesterday and thought, oh, Connor just gave some good advice, I'm going to put money down on a 3-1 Oilers win. Congrats. Every once in a while, I get my prediction correct. And in the NFL, the Atlanta Falcons, despite blowing a 21-point lead, come back to beat the LA Rams, setting up some more debate for the MVP with Matthew Stafford and Drake May. Makes the NFC East race a little more fun. Lots to talk to. Let us know your thoughts again at 1-833-401-1440. Duke, good morning. How's the shows going today?
Oh, they're really good, Connor.
Really
We're
good.
Just rolling through so much to talk about with everything you kind of laid out there. Oilers, World Juniors, Monday Night Football, the Ducks, Blues. A little bit of a cold streak right now for my Ducks down in SoCal, but nonetheless, really exciting evening on the sports calendar. Was tough. I pride myself on being, a multi-screen guy that can kind of watch several things at once. I have that ability to kind of bounce around a little bit with my attention span. Last night was tough, though, because 3 different things on 3 different platforms, if you will, right? Amazon Prime, Oilers, that's up on the big screen. Had Monday night, or the World Junior game, on the desktop monitor, plugged into the laptop, streaming that, and then had to watch the final option on my phone, sitting on my lap. So, admittedly, a lot of Monday Night Football, especially when the way it started, where it was like, oh, this is a blowout. I wasn't, the most invested in it. But then that quickly changed as the Rams clawed their way back into the football game in the second half. So, credit to them. Come up short, unfortunately, but a wildly entertaining contest down in Hotlanta.
Yeah, you get the blocked field goal, and all of a sudden, like, okay, maybe we got something here. And, even at the end of the game, some people might say Tutu Atwell was interfered with, but if the flag was not thrown, that's okay. That's just the inconsistencies we're used to with those sorts of calls. Now, how does that impact the playoffs? Well, right now, you've got the Seattle Seahawks sitting atop the NFC with 13-3 record. The Bears in second with Philadelphia, 11-5. The Carolina Panthers, they can lock down a playoff spot if they beat the Bucs this weekend. They're 8-8. The Bucs are 7-9. You got the Niners, the Rams, the Packers. Those teams are all locked in. In the AFC, the Denver Broncos, it's looking like they're going to get the number 1 seed. The Chargers, who they play this weekend, are benching Justin Herbert. I would think a few other key starters.
Soft benching?
Will get the rest. Well, it's almost like saving him. Like, let's just let you have a week of not getting absolutely pounded. And
you don't think it has anything to do with performance?
I don't think so. No. Maybe sending him a message. Don't even go on the sideline. Watch this one from sit beside Greg Roman in the box.
Or
Just get his view.
Watch from home.
Sit with Madison. Have a nice meal.
Yeah, a little family time.
Put the fire on and they're in Los Angeles. Maybe they don't need a fire. Maybe it's like on the backyard patio and watch from the hot tub or something. Just take it easy.
That sounds nice.
I think Herbie will be fully loaded and heading to the Mile High City and just braving the cold. But that's just how I look at it. The Buffalo Bills, you're in. It's really everyone's locked up except for
the two worst divisions in football.
2 spots for the 4 teams. Steelers and Ravens meeting. That's the Sunday nighter. So that should be a fun one as well. But now it's pretty much set. Like I said, it looks like the Denver Broncos will probably have the number 1 seed. Patriots get the number 2 seed. And as things sit right now, that would be a matchup first round with the Buffalo Bills. Now, Buffalo Bills with a win would slide up, assuming the Chargers lose, and the Buffalo Bills taking on the Jets this weekend. So I don't want to say automatic, Duke, but pretty much automatic.
Yeah, it kind of is shaping up that way. My attention is more drawn to the NFC side, where because of Atlanta's win and now a matchup with the Saints on Sunday, which will happen after the Buccaneers and Panthers game on Saturday, the Bucs face a potential win and you're out scenario.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious and is so perfectly NFC South. So Panthers, they can take care of business, control their own fate, right? The simplest way of putting it. Whereas the Buccaneers, like they do need help to make it happen. Even though we all thought this would boil down to a simple win and in game for the NFC South, the Falcons complicating things. And listen, it's that the Saints are playing a much better brand of football. You know that very well, Connor, as you stare down losing your bet with Josh and Donovan about the worst team.
Oh, it's over. Yeah.
Of the 2 options being the Saints and Browns.
Listen, just to defend myself,
you didn't think about getting shucked up.
Never. No, I don't care about Shuck. They never should have traded Flacco.
You didn't believe in Shedeur?
No.
You didn't believe in Dylan Gabriel?
No.
You didn't believe in Kenny Pickett?
In Vegas?
Well, he was in Cleveland to start the year.
They never should have traded Joe Flacco. But I know. Now I got to buy.
Bengals needed him.
Now I got to buy lunches.
They have to buy all of us lunch.
Oh, yeah. I might as well just do that today then. Man, I got a family to feed, and I got to feed you
Connor,
guys as well.
you won your fantasy football league. You're flush with cash.
Yeah. And then I had to pay out a guy too, Tyler.
Oh yeah, in the Fantasy Frenzy League. Congrats to Tyler, back to back.
Yeah, going back to back, no big deal. Do we have to grant him an automatic spot next year? Because we talked about it.
Auto bid,
like just because he won. Like maybe we say he has to buy in, but he bypasses the draw.
I would be on board with that. I think he's earned the right.
Yeah, because we talked about that last year. He asked like, "Hey, do I get an automatic entry?" And we said we didn't say that to start, so no. But then he just was selected. So shout out to Tyler, nice win. Shout out to me for winning my league as well. It wasn't the nicest win, but yeah, I don't know. What do you guys want
for lunch?
You got to pick one place.
Oh, I don't care. Whatever young Josh here wants. It's his world. I'm living in it.
Maybe you guys will get DQ.
Oh,
2 for 7.
2 for 7. Can't beat it. I might even have a coupe for a blizzard.
Oh, that's how we win.
It's the balmy temperatures have me feeling blizzardy. Little ice cream treat on a Tuesday.
It's not bad. MTR had texted in. He said, double whammy last night with the Rams too, because they have the Falcons first rounder. Love to see it. Rams crumbling, Stafford puking away an MVP. Wonderful evening. Also, I hate how the Niners and Seahawks didn't get the Sunday night game. So dumb to cater towards 2 bum football teams in Pittsburgh and Baltimore, especially with Trent Williams and Kittle being hurt. The extra day would have been nice after 2 straight short weeks. Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you. Like a Niners Seahawks game to me is more enticing than a couple 8-8 teams. But it's Raj's world. He made the call. Just on the topic of MVP, Duke, I think like 2-horse race, most people would agree, Drake May and Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I think most would
Anyone
agree.
else you got? Like I thought James Cook was having a good year, but he's not going to get it.
Yeah, no. Like in terms of the race itself, it's down to those two. Now I think just the debate intensifies about the validity, of each guy's case. Now, I think last night Stafford's takes a bit of a hit, losing in the fashion you throw 3 interceptions. His ratio on the season still very good, but damaged by those numbers. And then Drake May on a seemingly cruise control path to the 1 seed in the AFC. Traditionally, the history of the award tells us that is a very strong indicator of who wins the award. The quarterback of the number 1 seed in one of the conferences. So
Well, they'll be number 2.
you think so? All right, Gibby. You don't believe in your Chargers to win even without Herbie fully loaded?
No, I don't. And like I said, Bo Nix is unbelievable. $65 million contract extension. Denver, get it done. I mean, it's possible. It's possible, Duke, but I'm not believing.
I'm just looking to see. There was a tweet I saw last night about comparing May's numbers against, good teams, or if it was above 500 teams or whatever compared to Stafford's. I can't seem to find it now, so it's not important. But essentially, the tweet read, to surmise it, was that like Stafford's performance against good teams far trumps May's performance against good teams, and basically saying May's numbers are inflated by playing the Jets, right, and even the Dolphins and whomever else, like these bad teams, because we know how cushy the Patriots' schedule has been. Now, how do you punish a guy for that? Like you can only play the games that are scheduled for you. They got the benefit of, a schedule that reflects how they finished last year. So I'm a little torn. I've been on the Stafford train all season long, or at least second half anyway. But it's tough to argue with what Drake May's accomplished.
I'm with you, and I don't think it is punishing them. I think it's just factual. It is what it is. Like he didn't have the toughest schedule. Finishing second in the MVP race is pretty damn good for a second-year player. But like if you were to say what was the statement win for those New England Patriots, and
the Bills win?
It was the Bills win for sure. Drake May was 22 of 30. I like that. No touchdown passes. They beat the Saints. He had a good game. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, completed 70%. He was really good against the Tennessee Titans. Completed 90% of his passes. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. 21 of 23. Managed it very well. Had the huge game against the Jets this past weekend, but it is the Jets. So, the voters will probably look at it that way.
A Jets team that is on the brink of becoming the first team in NFL history to not have an interception in a full season.
Yeah, they broke down Salah's team, man. That defense was pretty good, and it gone. If you were to go on the flip side for Matthew Stafford, big wins. Well, like they lost to the Eagles, beat the Colts, who were rolling at the start of the year. He was very good in that game, 375, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They lost to the Niners, but he was pretty effective. Beat up on the Jags, 5 touchdown passes, only 180 yards through the air, though. Beat down 35-7. Absolutely. Then against the Saints, threw 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Against the Niners the following week, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Beat the Seahawks, beat the Bucks 34-7, beat the Cards 45-17 at 3 touchdowns. I think it's like the numbers are better, and there was a few bigger games. So to me, it's Stafford, but
to counter by definition of the award, most valuable to your team. Matt Stafford has Puka Nacua. He has Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
He has Kyron Williams. Really good defense. The Patriots, they've had a okay defense. Noticeably worse without Milton Williams, their big offseason acquisition. That's, injuries affect everyone. And then his wide receivers, he has Stephon Diggs, bunch of young guys, relatively unproven. Matt Collins, Sean Butte.
Hunter Henry.
Yeah, good player. And then you have Ramondre Stevenson and Trayvon Henderson. Really quality running back tandem. So I will hear arguments to say that, like, who is more important to their team's success? Could anybody be throwing those balls to Puka Nacua? No. But could somebody not Matt Stafford be doing it and have the same level of success? I'll buy into that. I think Drake May has been the driver of the Patriots' turnaround offensively this year for sure.
And I mean, that's a good point. Like that is a fair point. I don't know if voters see it that way. I don't remember, Peyton Manning getting not docked votes because you're throwing to Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne.
Are those guys good?
Hall of Famers.
Yeah, the Pro Football Hall of Fame says yes.
Yeah.
They are.
So, I mean, Stephon Diggs, I still think like that game against Buffalo, he was unbelievable. I think it's a fair argument, though, and it kind of evens it out a little bit more. But I'm still going to lean towards, Brad, you're making me laugh here. Still going to lean towards Matthew Stafford. Who does Knicks have on offense with him? I believe Denver has the most drop balls by the receivers, tight ends, running backs with 36. Well, Cortland Sutton's pretty good. Franklin's not bad. Evan Ingram was a pretty nice signing, I thought. Maybe he throws droppable balls.
But also,
he has 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Less touchdowns thrown, more interceptions. He's completing 63% of his passes. He's on a winning team, no doubt, but no, he's not an MVP. Not yet.
Agreed.
I mean, could be bias here. Brad says Ingram was a horrible signing. You obviously haven't watched Bronco games. Yeah, I know, but I know in the offseason, Bronco fans were telling me, see, Ingram chose the Broncos over the Chargers.
Oh, I thought it was a great sign. I was like, this is going to be Bo Nix's favorite red zone target. I was like, this guy might be a top 5 fantasy tight end. He wasn't.
MTR says, look at running yards for May. Yeah, he's 409. 4 tuds. Don't hate that. Matthew Stafford's never been
it's not his strength.
He's 38, guys. Come on.
And he has a hurt back.
Do you know how many yards he has?
12.
-2.
Oh.
His job is to distribute, though, so I'm not going to hold it against him. In 4 or 5 games, he's had negative rushing yards for Matthew Stafford. So, yeah. Hey, I'll listen to the argument for Drake May all day. I think he's been really good. And he's only going to get better. And I would think that they're going to start to invest some receivers in that offense, whether it's free agency or draft. And I think the Broncos will do the same thing for Bo Nix. At least I would hope they would do that. Let's take a break. When we come back, more text 1-833-401-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
At GS Construction, we focus on building a culture of collaboration, innovation, and respect. Our teams work together, supporting one another and striving towards shared goals. We're committed to creating a work environment that empowers individuals, values teamwork, and ensures everyone feels respected and safe. With decades of experience in the field, GS Construction prioritizes our people, our culture, and safety. This is what makes us unique. To find out more, go to gsconstruction.ca.
Do you work for a company that wants to reach people who love sports? Or maybe you're looking to hire people who love sports. Sports 1440 partners with dozens of local businesses, connecting with tens of thousands of Edmonton sports fans every day. On the radio, on the listening apps, on YouTube, and on social media. Contact our sales team today to see what Sports 1440 can do for you. Email Gregor at sports1440.ca to get started.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control, like bringing home some Will Hawk beef jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Will Hawk beef jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Will Hawk beef jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today, because you don't win cups with salad.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. December is here. Christmas shopping, Christmas wrapping, Christmas baking, grocery shopping. What about our vehicle? Does it need tires? It's not running? No problem. We got you covered. At Northgate GM, we have a tremendous selection of newer used vehicles, winter tires at cost, and of course, service with a smile. Come in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
The new year with a Canadian country legend. December 31st, in concert at the Silent Ice Center in Nisku. Brett Kissel.
She drives me crazy.
With special guests Haley Benedict and Morgan Clyburn. Bring your friends, your cowboy boots, and your party spirit for a night full of hits, celebration, and unforgettable memories. Hosted by Chris Sheets. The countdown to 2026 starts with Brett Kissel live on stage. Get your tickets now at silenticecenter.com/events.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
This is Andrew Walker, host of the postgame show on Sports 1440. After every hockey game this season, tune in and chime in as we talk about the game. It's all sponsored by Legacy Heating and Cooling. Don't get left in the cold. Visit legacyheating.ca.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
'Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:22. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you here. The Sports 1440 studios in West Edmonton Mall. You can reach us 1-833-401-1440. Send us an email, Connor@sports1440.ca, Brandon at sports1440.ca. We'll take your text here talking NFL. Did you win your fantasy league? Let us know. And we'll talk some Oilers as well. This segment for elksnation.ca, 2 weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger, breaking down the green and gold, the most in-depth W football coverage you'll find out there. Apple, Google, Spotify. You can even watch it on YouTube and check out the articles at elksnation.ca. MTR, kind of funny, says, Connor, does it make you mad the Patriots ran the AFC for 20 years and had the shortest rebuild of all time and are back on top? My response is, I think some of it's smoke and mirrors. Like they had a 4th place schedule. I think they're going to fall off a little bit next year. But I also think that Mike Vrabel was such a good hire. The Tennessee Titans moved on from him, and look what they've done. Yeah, they lost Derrick Henry and maybe a few other players, but I think he's such a good pickup for them. We'll see what happens next year. I think, the Bills will be tough in their division again. Dolphins and Jets, probably a couple free wins on the bingo card, but they'll be playing a first-place schedule, so they'll get the Broncos. They'll get the Jags, I think, and then someone from the AFC North as well, whoever it turns out to be. But we'll have to wait and see. But you got to respect it. Heck of a turnaround for that team, and they'll be tough. Whoever gets them in the first round. Jim says MVP. Who does the voting? If it's media types in my age bracket, Stafford wins based on lifetime achievement. Not saying it's right, Grandpa Jim. Jim, how did your league go this year? I remember last year. I think you were whooping on the grandkids. It's AP MVP, right? So it's the Associated Press writers. I would say, based on the ones that we talked to, a little older. Yeah. That may be a lifetime achievement award for Stafford, but I think the merit is there. Like he and Drake May are in the conversation. If you want to throw any other names in there, like if Brad wants to put Bo Nix in there, sure. We'll discuss it. I will disagree because I have it as a 2-horse race between May and Stafford. But if you got any other names you think is in the NFL MVP conversation, let us know. 1-833-401-1440. MTR followed up just saying, I guess we'll see about this year. No team in either conference seemed like a sure thing. I really like Houston to go to the Super Bowl. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they lost wild card weekend. That's how crazy it is this year. And that's true. Like in years past, like Philly looked really good last year. The years before that, Kansas City looked really good. This year, teams look really good, and then they have a questionable game. And in the playoffs, there's no easy matchups. Like, and that's why I have just
Wrong. Whoever plays the winner of the NFC South.
Yeah, maybe, but the Panthers beat the Rams. Any given Sunday, something could happen,
And
right?
The Browns beat the Packers.
The Browns beat the Packers. Like, it's crazy. It's the wild west.
I had this as an in or out, Connor, and I'll throw it to you.
Do it.
Like there's 12 teams that have clinched a playoff spot so far. Two up for grabs each division winner. The 12 teams that are in, you can envision realistically any one of them winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know who the favorite would be, but I think it could go that way. Like, can Philly find their game? Is that win over Buffalo what they needed? Do they have the pedigree? Could Buffalo get through this year without Mahomes? There's no Burrow. The Ravens aren't quite what they were. Like, it's just, yeah. And I think MTR is a point there too. Like the Texans, holy cow, can they get after the quarterback? Like they could slow down any quarterback in the NFL. It's just, does CJ Stroud bring it?
Did you see that the Colts are so scared of it? They're shelving your boy.
Phil?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's
trying to move up the ranks in the all-time passing, and they're like, "No, you will literally die out there."
Didn't the Colts have a good offensive line for like the first half of the season?
They really did.
And kind of fell off.
Well, I really wonder, because I felt like the Colts thing, we all kept saying when they started 3-0 and 4-0 or whatever the record was for the first few weeks, but like they cannot keep this up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they're 8-1. And we're saying, like, this might be for real. The Colts are just a good football team. Look at how Steichens designed the offense to make it easy on Daniel Jones. Taylor's running at an MVP level pace, and like effectiveness, right? It's not just based off of total number of carries. Like he looks like the guy that had an MVP caliber season 2 or 3 years ago, whatever it was. And then all of a sudden it's like Jones hurts his leg, the leg fracture. And we're like, okay, he does not look the same. And then he tears his Achilles, and you're putting Phil Rivers in there. It's like, okay, no, this team actually is not good at all. And listen, they had a lot of injuries too, particularly defensive side of the ball. A couple guys went down, but I don't know. Like the Colts season is a mystifying one, because how do they go from so many things going right for them to nothing going right for them?
I have a guess. You got Miami. You got the Titans. You got the Raiders. You got the Cards. You got the Titans. Chargers win there. They beat up on them. You got the Falcons. And then this is why I was hesitant, because I would say it like I'm not sure totally in on Daniel Jones. Good team, but good, like really well coached. Then you have the Chiefs lost, Texans lost, Jags lost, Seahawks lost, Niners lost, Jags lost. They're going to lose to the Texans on the weekend. To me, that's it. Like, that's a really tough schedule. And the Jags twice when they found their game, and the Texans too. Like, if they got the Texans and Jags to start the year, maybe they split it. But both those teams playing good ball.
It's a fair point.
It's a tough run. That's a tough run.
So what do you do if you're Indy? Do you re-sign Daniel Jones? Is he going to be ready to start the year?
Well, what do you do with Anthony Richardson?
Shoot him to the moon?
What do you do with Tua in Miami?
Swap.
Hope
one for one. Richardson for Tua.
Hope for the best? Yeah.
Indy plays in a dome.
And then they play...
And most of their division games are domed or
Titans.
good weather.
Yeah. Maybe that's what you got to do.
We might have just solved two franchises' problems.
Can the Colts afford that huge contract for Tua?
Not as long as they don't re-sign Daniel Jones, because that man's about to get a second big payday from somebody that might regret it.
Yeah. MTR says the Sauce Gardner stat's hilarious. 1-7 on two teams.
Sauce Gardner, and here's the thing: the one win when he was on the Jets, he was not playing. Sauce Gardner has not played in a game which his team has won this year. Fact.
How many games?
Or maybe he won one with the Colts when he came over.
Yeah.
The first week, maybe that might be the number one win.
Because he only played like 2 games with them, doesn't? 2 or 3.
Yeah, but tough. Either, no matter how you shake it out, you leave the Jets and you look at where the Colts are at. I think they were 8-1 at that time, and you're like, all right, I'm finally turning it around here. And then they suck, injuries. It's all bad. Jets have to be smiling ear to ear with that draft capital.
Oh, absolutely. If the Jets knock the draft out of the park, and I'm just talking like first couple rounds, the next few years, they'll have built up a really good team. But we've probably said that about them for a while.
Good point.
Hot Salsa texting in Seattle to lose. I can't stand the bleep Hawks, and I hate the Niners worse. I tell you, Hot Salsa, I think that's not good news for you because I think the Niners are so good. Brock Purdy, I said it a while ago. I feel like he's like the point guard, and I didn't want that to be like disrespectful. But you look at him, like he's 6'1". He's not like your typical, prototypical quarterback, huge or anything.
Like he's not Matt Stafford.
No, but he breaks defenses apart. He goes through his reads so well. He's got the accuracy. He can whip that ball around. Like even without his best pieces, he can still make you pay and just dice you up. Like that game against the Bears was unbelievable. Watching he and Caleb Williams go back and forth. And I would say I'm watching out for the Niners in the NFC, actually. Like if they can get a few pieces back healthy.
Oh, for sure.
Like watch out for them. Especially with Christian McCaffrey, what he's been able to do. Like,
is it offensive to say that Brock Purdy looks like a more athletic in his prime Kirk Cousins?
Offensive to whom?
Brock Purdy.
Maybe.
Because people just love to dog on Cousins, right? But like the results speak for themselves. Like, yeah, he had good receivers, but being a distributor is easier said than done. Having that ability to know where to go with the ball in the right times. Now, big time games weren't necessarily Kirk Cousins' friends, whether it be prime time or playoffs, but we haven't really got to see a ton. Like Purdy went to the Super Bowl, right, but lost. So I don't know. Like it's just like that certain player profile when you talk about being a point guard and putting your teammates in positions to succeed with how you provide them the ball. I think that is a skill set, and it's not a knock. Like, I think that's different than calling someone a game manager, which is another phrase that has been used on a guy like Kirk Cousins a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like Brock Purdy. This is not meant to be an indictment on him. It's the opposite. I think his athleticism, and he's got a little bit of swagger to him. He has the ability to distribute the ball. Like he has a strong enough arm to put it all over the field. I like him a lot. And I'm rooting for him. How can you not, Mr. Irrelevant? So
it is funny.
I'm definitely in his camp.
Because when you talk about it too, like Kirk Cousins, I remember like double-digit turnovers every year. Purdy has that too. This year he's thrown 9. He's only started 8 games, but the last 2 years he's thrown 12 and 11. But the touchdowns have been there to match. But you know what? Maybe that is a fair comparison.
And once again, I definitely think he is more athletic, more mobile than Kirk Cousins, even in Cousins' prime.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I think there are some comps.
They both get money.
They both got paid.
Before we, we got lots of time here. HVAC Terry says, I'm in a league with my buddies and our significant others. My girlfriend drafted her team based on if she knew the player's wife. She just beat me in the fantasy finals. She doesn't know any players' first names because it doesn't show on the app. She sent me 5 screenshots of B. Robinson and C. Olave and how she was smoking me.
Is this going to cause strain on the relationship or fortify it?
Maybe she just knows ball.
Is she going to treat you to a nice night out with her league winnings? Or is that strictly going to the Amazon account or, Gal's Day Out, whatever she chooses to do with it? Credit, all the power to her. That's hilarious and awesome.
Yeah, that's a fun league. And bragging rights to her. Hot Salsa said, what I'm saying is I think it's Seattle's Super Bowl to win, as much as I hate to say it, against the Buffalo Bills.
Really? Those would not be 2 teams that I'm picking to go to the Super Bowl.
But you wouldn't say it can't happen.
No, to this original point, I could absolutely see each of them going to the Super Bowl. But if you had to tell me to make my picks and like whose is it to win or to lose, I do not trust the Bills defense, especially against the run. I don't trust their receiver group, especially is Kincaid going to be healthy? He seems to be like a huge element of this offense in the passing and blocking game. So Josh Allen can be Superman all he wants. And James Cook, like you said, Connor, MVP type numbers in the run game. That's all well and good, but you need to be a little more multi-dimensional, I think, come playoff time. And for the Seahawks, it literally all just hinges on Sam Darnold.
Yep.
What
100%.
Sam Darnold are we going to get? Weeks 1 through 14 Sam Darnold of the past 2 years, or weeks 15 plus?
I said it to our executive producer, Brad Slater, when they went to overtime with the Rams. If Darnold leads them to victory, I'm going to trend towards
you become a believer.
I'm more of a believer than I ever have been. So, and he did. They won that game 38-37. So maybe he's got that in him. The throw he made to Jackson Smith-Njigba was a dot. So
there's a guy that I will hear an argument about MVP candidacy. JSN.
Yeah. They ain't giving it to a receiver.
No, they won't, but these are the things we know. But he's had an unreal year.
Now, Duke, I don't know this off the top of my head.
Oh, boy.
But how many receivers have won MVP? I would guess one guy that I'm sure we'd all guess.
Yeah, that is a good question. I don't know the answer either.
As I scroll through, I can't find one yet. Like, I thought Jerry, maybe at one point.
No wide receiver has ever won the NFL's regular season MVP.
So there you go. It's probably not going to happen.
Well, all great change needs that first step. Needs a new precedent to be set. Could this be it? And the reality is, no, it won't be, because Cooper Kupp won the Triple Crown that year. The Rams won the Super Bowl. Was it that year? And he didn't win the MVP. So I don't know if he can't win in a season like that. If CMC can't win it in the year he had a couple back, like it's a quarterback award. Just change the award to best quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, it took Tomlinson breaking a touchdown record to win, and then Adrian Peterson had an amazing year for him to win.
Saquon set broke 2K.
Yeah.
His name got thrown around, but how many votes did he actually get? How many first place votes did he get? Not very many.
You also need just that perfect combination of no quarterback really running.
Yeah, you need the rest of your team to be dog water, but also good enough to make the playoffs, and you be next level possessed, which we've seen,
and no standouts at the quarterback position.
Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, the rest of your offense at least has to be a bunch of nobodies.
Well, and around the league,
also true. Yeah, they need the rest of the league to have so years.
Yeah, I'd be interested to go back and look at Sean Alexander, Tomlinson, and Adrian Peterson, both all won MVPs. Go see what the rest of their team did in those seasons. HVAC Terry says that they did have a dinner bet, so he lost his pride and now has to buy dinner. Well, I got to buy lunch for three dopes here, HVAC Terry, so I get it.
Dopes.
It seemed like a fitting line.
At least, Donovan's not here. Call him a dope. Josh and I are right beside
you. Guys are dopes.
Dopey.
I thought that was a friendly chirp.
I'm not a dope. I just am dope.
You guys are, well, yeah, that's what it is. I'm praising you guys.
Dope as hell.
Lance says, every year my buddy Jeff does a fantasy draft, hockey, football, based off how funny players' names are. He doesn't watch lots of sports. One year he lost in the finals just by picking silly-sounding names. What's the silliest name in sports right now?
Jackson Smith-Njigba. Could have won you the league.
Yeah. That's not that silly of a name.
That's a pretty silly name. It's hard to say, especially if you're not familiar with it. Or how about somebody that for some reason drafted Tyler Shuck and has all year just been calling him Tyler Shug for show, and then be like, wait a minute. I'm in the finals riding the high of this New Orleans quarterback somehow. And I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Like if you drafted Jim Bob Cooter.
Yeah, okay.
Funny name.
Now we're talking.
Major Booty, you know?
Even Keyshawn Booty.
Keyshawn Booty. That could be a funny name. I'd love to know some of the players on his roster, Lance. Quickly, Austin says if Darnold beats the Niners, a number 1 seed, he's MVP. And MTR says 2K scrimmage yards, 15 touchdowns. Only guys have done it 3 times, Tomlinson and Christian McCaffrey. And he also says, why did the Cowboys release Diggs? Did the Cowboys release Diggs? Sometimes we don't see things as we rip around here. Putting barbs back and forth, me calling them dopes. Yeah, wow. Free agent. Does he have where will he go? Buffalo? Maybe they want some help in the secondary. I think that a team should claim him, like the Saints. Sorry, Trayvon. I know he wanted to go play in the playoffs, but you're coming to New Orleans. Or the Jets or the Titans. That's interesting. Thanks for letting us know, MTR. Trent says, because Jerry Jones is an idiot. Nailed it. Can't argue with that one, Trent. That's interesting. We'll take a break. Keep the text rolling in. 1-833-414-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy on Sports 1440. Streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitch. Brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Actions speak louder than words. Japa Machinery Group puts your construction plan into action with XCMG construction machinery you need. Available for rental or sale. Learn more at japamachinery.com.
Planning your next event? Let Loca Quality Market cater. From made-to-order meals to gourmet platters to full chef tasting experiences, they make entertaining effortless. Visit loca.ca to start planning today.
Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
Send off your holiday break with Oil Kings Hockey at Rogers Place. Family fun that's second to none, starting at just $20 a seat.
This Family Fun Sunday, your Edmonton Oil Kings get a rare visit from the Seattle Thunderbirds.
Enjoy the Kids Fun Zone with face painting and bouncy castles.
Plus, score Calmont Kids food combos for $10 or less. The value is king-sized.
Edmonton Oil Kings, Seattle Thunderbirds, WHL Hockey for the holidays. Family Fun Sunday at 4.
Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20. Save on day of game pricing now at oilkings.ca.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control. Like bringing home some Will Hawk beef jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Will Hawk beef jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today because you don't win cups with salad.
Legacy Heating and Cooling offers no payments and no interest for 1 year on your new furnace. So when you wake up to no heat,
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
if you need it immediately with no overtime rates, if you need it immediately and want to combo it with AC,
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
no payments and no interest for 1 year on your new furnace. It could only be Legacy Heating and Cooling.
After 20 years, Canada's most prestigious international hockey tournament returns. The Camrose Viking Cup, December 28th to January 4th at Encana Arena. Tickets at vikingcup.ca. Brought to you by Sports 1440.
Across rural Alberta, volunteers and community groups work hard to make life better for their neighbors, creating new playgrounds, better rinks, and gathering places that bring us together. Vision Credit Union is proud to lend these local heroes a helping hand. Apply today for a Helping Hand grant up to $10,000 to support your community's next big idea. Let's make great things happen together. Applications are open until January 31st, 2026. Learn more at whatsyourshare.ca.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
.44. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you here. Text line 1-833-414-1440. The show, as always, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc. Go pay him a visit. Tell him we sent you. Maybe Trent needs a little visitor today after Diggs released by the Dallas Cowboys. Interesting move. On the bright side, the Oilers won last night. That was pretty nice. Great performance by Calvin Pickard between the pipes. Like to see them do some of the things they were doing to score goals. I think if I'm a Winnipeg Jets fan, I'm hoping that Logan Stanley has a little more urgency behind the net. Like, I don't know what he was doing. I really wanted to come on here and praise Curtis Lazar for, the forecheck and creating mayhem, but he was kind of like a hesitation forecheck. Like, what do I do? And he's just hanging out back there. Max Jones obviously makes them pay. And then, the power play goal coming up later on, second unit power play goal, pucks on net. It's good to see. Jack Roslovic, he was a guy who kind of benefited from it, but it was Savoy to Adam Henrique. All in all, pretty nice little win for the Edmonton Oilers, and Zach Hyman gets the empty netter to seal it. Now the Oilers turn their attention to New Year's Eve. Duke, are you a fan of the 7:30 starts on New Year's Eve? Because tell you what, if I was Donovan's age and had to do post game, not my favorite.
Well, is that not better to be a little bit earlier? Or that, like, as opposed to say an 8 o'clock or 8:30 start?
Not as good as 6 o'clock, though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when are you going to get that?
Well, you should, in my humble
Come on now. Come on now.
I guess, if you're here in town, you're at the rink, there's bars around, there's the casino. Game's going to go till, 10:40? No.
Yeah.
Around there?
10:30, 3 hours.
10:30, 10:20, yeah. They'll have time to get to your parties. Do so.
Oh, there'll be some partying, I'm sure.
Just a little bit.
Maybe you're going to see Brett Kissel at Silent Ice.
I heard Gregor was saying you might make an appearance there.
It's on the table still.
Josh
already spurned my invitation. Even offered to buy him some drinks. Donovan, same boat. Thought I'd go take these young bucks out, show them how a real dog hunts. But they were having none of it. So instead, maybe I'll just go stag. See what's hanging around. If I know one thing about a Brett Kissel concert, there'll be a ton of eligible singles there.
I think it's going to be a good show.
Puts on a great concert.
Yeah, absolutely. The Riggs just did Stanley pull a Bouchard behind the net. I don't know, he just was standing there so long and then just didn't make a good play. And hey, the Oilers put pressure on him. Those good things happen when you do that. But it was a little bit confusing. Coming up next year on Sports 1440, we've got the Lowdown with Low Tide, Tuesday edition of this show. So Donovan Paulson will be in. They'll play another edition of Hi, My Name Is, and I'm sure they'll do more. And on the Jason Gregor show, let me bring up my official lineup. We've got Mike Kelly from the NHL Network is going to join us. We'll talk a little bit about the Oilers in the NHL, but also his thoughts on the Olympic team. The announcement coming tomorrow morning. Cam Pete's 2-minute warning. We got Struddy. We got Speck. We got Derek Van Diest. Should be a fun show. And then Fox Sports Radio all night long. Live sports talk radio. 24/7 here on Sports 1440. Now, Duke, I went to look up some of the funnier names in college football because they always put out the list.
Yeah.
The top one I'm not even going to try to say because it's just too risky. But Kent State has a receiver named DeRealist Clark. You got Mobility.
That's a great one.
MOH Ability. Playing wideout for the Rice Owls, I believe. Blazin Lono Wong out at Arizona State. Nitro Tuggle for Purdue. Nitro. Unbelievable name. Rocky Beers out in Colorado State.
Perfect name for someone playing at CSU.
How about Grant Bierman, linebacker, Illinois?
I like it.
Legend Journey. Chief Borders. Deuce Knight. Deuce is a cool name. How about Squirrel? Squirrel White playing at FSU. King Large. Sir Bible. Man. Demon.
Some of these are sus.
Dude Person playing a defensive back at the University of Central Arkansas. Jaden Muskrat. Alpha Khan. If you ever have children, I think you should consider some of these names. Panda. That was my dog's name growing up. Panda Askew. When we were thinking on names for our little guy,
You thought about Panda?
no. Ashley said, "Is there any football players who have names you like?" And like, just off the cuff, I'm like, Ladanian. She's like, "Oh, I don't mind that." So for a little while, there was a chance he could have been Benjamin Ladanian.
Ladanian Halley.
I feel like that's a tough name to live
That
up
could have
to.
had some confusion, maybe.
Ladanian.
When people see a name list and then see the kid, might be a little confusion.
I would think so. We did have just a text coming in here from, what was the name? I don't want to get it wrong. Ranting Rob, was Henry's performance a fantasy best this season? I would have to think so. He was pretty dang good in his final game this year. 45 points. His highest other than that was 28. That was week 1 when I was like, he's so good. It dropped off for a while. He had a 12.1, 18, 20, 16, 10, 10, 22, 45. And that's standard league scoring. So, yes, it was. He had some good weeks, though. Like, Derrick Henry was still RB7 in standard leagues. Jonathan Taylor was 1, McCaffrey 2, Bijan 3, Gibbs, Cook, Achane. So, there is a possibility someone out there would have picked up Jonathan Taylor and Christian McCaffrey. Probably would have had to be like a smaller league. But those were great picks. Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs were high on everyone's list. They finished 3-4, so did okay. James Cook would have been another guy who, you know, if you had a combination of Taylor, McCaffrey, or Cook, you probably had a pretty good season. In the final, it would have really only been, well, Taylor had a touchdown. McCaffrey was fantastic. Had 24 points. Dude, is he comeback player of the year?
McCaffrey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. What other options do we got? Joe Flacco again?
Phillip Rivers?
Shedeur Sanders, he came back from being 4th-string quarterback.
Yeah. I think it has to be Christian McCaffrey. Some people in the betting circles have Trevor Lawrence.
What did he come back from? Being bad at football?
Being bad.
Being coached by Doug Peterson?
That's a thing in the NFL.
I know it is, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, it was a point where all you had to do was just like previously play for the Jets. And then you have a good season. He was like, whoa, what a comeback story.
How about Aiden Hutchinson? He won't win, but he had a pretty serious injury. They have Dak Prescott with higher odds. Was Dak injured last year? He must have been.
Yes.
Stephon Diggs. Did he get hurt towards the end of the season for your boys?
Not even towards the end of the season. It was like mid-season, wasn't it? Torn ACL.
Yeah. So pretty good for him. But yeah, Christian McCaffrey, I think, is going to run away with that one. Who's your coach of the year?
I think it's Shanahan. I think Shanahan, McDonald definitely deserves some consideration. Vrabel for sure.
Liam Cohen's got to get some love.
Yep.
Man, I thought he was going to be so bad too.
Well, that opening press
Just based off how he said Duval.
Duval. Sounded like the alien from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he can coach.
Yeah, I like Shanahan, Cohen, Mike McDonald, and Vrabel. Those would be like my top 4 guys.
Okay, just as we quickly do this, rookie of the year. Offense.
Tyler Shuck.
What about Tetaroa?
I think he would be the second place winner.
And then if you had to go on the defensive side, does anyone stand
I can't
out?
pronounce his last name, the guy on the Browns.
Carson?
Yeah.
Schweissinger? Yeah.
He's been really good.
That's probably it. It's award season. A lot of them are pretty easy, but
Offensive player of the year, JSN. Defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett. I think those are going to be pretty unanimous.
Has Puka not had very similar numbers to JSN, though?
Yeah, but he has Matt Stafford.
So
JSN is Sam Darnold, who, as we just discussed, once played for the Jets.
This isn't MVP. This is just offensive player.
Yeah, but
C-Mac should be in the
matter.
discussion, I think.
Yeah, I would agree.
How about defensive player of the year? Myles Garrett.
I think that is. I actually would be curious what the current price on that is. If it's like minus 10,000,
20,000.
Is it actually
minus 20,000? Yeah,
that could be worth it.
So if you got $20,000 and you just want to
Burning a
make
hole in your pocket,
an easy hundo, that's what it would be, right?
Yeah, to win $100.
Throw it down. All right, guys, we're out of here. That's what that music means. Northside Adam. We might have time for this. Just wanted to catch you guys before you get off the air. I won my fantasy pool this year. First victory ever in only my third year. I owe it all to you guys and your great advice. Thanks, boys. Happy New Year. I had to get that one in. Well, hey, we don't want credit when you win. We just don't want credit when you lose either. Just a couple guys trying to help everyone out there for tuning into our show. That's awesome, Northside Adam. Hope you got a good cash prize from it as well. We'll be back in 23 hours. Up next, Lowdown with Lowtide, followed by the Jason Greger Show for the Duke and Josh Fenwick. I'm Connor Halley. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Hopefully you're loaded up your washer fluid because I think it's going to be pretty messy out there. Let's get to a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Go pay them a visit. Only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Five-game slate in the NHL tonight. The Maple Leafs hosting the Devils at Scotiabank Arena. Habs visit the Panthers. Hurricanes take on the Penguins. Blackhawks play the Islanders. And the nightcap has the Flyers out on the left coast playing the Vancouver Canucks. News out of Calgary this morning, signing Devin Cooley to a 2-year extension, sticking with the Flames at a AAV of $1.35 million. And World Junior action today. Lighter slate. Top of the hour here. Germany will take on Switzerland in Group A play. And this afternoon, Denmark taking on Latvia, both teams winless thus far. In the PWHL tonight, Minnesota visiting Toronto, and 4 games on the NBA schedule. Sixers in Memphis, Utah hosting Boston, Detroit plays the Lakers, and the Clippers welcome in Sacramento. Off the court, tough news for the Denver Nuggets as MVP candidate Nikola Jokic has been diagnosed with hyperextension in his left knee, will miss at least the next 4 weeks. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Lowtide. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440.